become a billionaire. Come on the journey with me. Our first guest, and I didn't even have to interview him because I've known him for 16 years. I had the pleasure of sitting next to him on Shark Tank, is Mark Cuban. Certainly a billionaire. Just sold 50% of the Dallas Mavericks for $2 billion, giving him a market cap of $4 billion. Do you guys know he bought that team something like 20 years ago for $200 million and just sold it for $4 billion? That's a great return. Let's get started. I hope you enjoy the process. And first of all, what a great show Shark Tank is. I am so privileged and honored and humbled to be sitting there for 21 years. Kevin, the mean bald guy, and I started the show in Canada 21 years ago. And today, look at it. It runs in 54 countries and inspires so many people. And let's hope it inspires me to become a billionaire in North America, not just Australia. This is Mark's last season on the show. We're gonna miss him. The show will continue as it has in so many other countries, but I've learned to respect, admire. What you really know about Mark is he is exactly what you see on TV. He's bigger than life. He fills the room. He has an opinion. He is overtly confident. And my gosh, I really admire that. In the last 16 years, I've had an incredible opportunity to pick his brain. And I know when he sees this, he's going to send me an invoice for his time. The first thing I've learned, and this was a big lesson for me. And by the way, I'm wearing my version of a t-shirt. First of all, I'm not a slob, so I am wearing a collar. But here's the first lesson I've learned from Mark Cuban the very first day I met him. Beware the man in the t-shirt, not the man in the suit. So before I met Mark, I mean, the guy was worth at the time $3-4 billion. He's worth what, $6 billion now? I thought he would come in and, better dressed. I mean, I'm not talking about a suit and tie, but I thought maybe a nice lower piano shirt or even like a Xenia outfit or something. He came in wearing a t-shirt, jeans. When he changed, he just throws his stuff on the ground. So one day I'm sitting around with Mark and I'm really fascinated by this because back then, I used to wear a suit and tie every day, right? Like wear a suit, dress for the job you want, not the job that you have, all that stuff we've been told. So I'm sitting down with Mark one day and I say, Mark, with all due respect, why do you dress, how do I say it nicely, like a slob? Mark looks at me and he says, Robert, because I can. I didn't quite get it at the time, but over the years, I've realized Mark is never the one selling. Every room he goes into, people are selling him. Here's what I've learned over 16 years. If you walk into a room and there's 20 people sitting there and 20 of them wearing a suit and tie, and there's one person in the back of the room wearing a t-shirt, that's the one with the power. Because that person worked their ass off to get to a position to wear whatever they want to wear. Now, we all have different things we love. I love clothes, I love cars, I love all kinds of things. Mark doesn't. Every person has their own thing. Beware the person in the t-shirt, not the one in the suit. Number two, expect to win always. So we get a lot of downtime during Shark Tank. We're sitting around, we're thinking about other things, we're talking to each other, we're giving each other a hard time. So one day, I don't know how we got on the topic. I'm talking to Mark. I think I was going through a really big deal. I wasn't sure if we were going to win. It was one of those deals like, oh my gosh, if I get this deal, it'll change the entire trajectory of my company. It's going to make us way bigger. Every entrepreneur out there knows there's always that one deal. So I'm nervous about it, and I turn around to Mark. I'm always picking his brain. By the way, if you're sitting next to somebody who's more powerful and has more experience, is more successful, pick their brain as much as you can. So I'm sitting next to Mark, and I say, Mark, when you go into a meeting, do you expect to win always? He's like, yes, 100% of the time. And I'm like, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if you lose? What if you risk too much? Blah. And you know what he says to me? No, it's going to work out. Hey, this is Robert from Shark Tank, as everybody knows. Well, I recently stepped down as a full-time CEO, still involved in my amazing company, but I thought I would have all this free time. Well, let's have a look what I do now in a regular week. How many billionaires do you think there are in the world? There's 3,194. But I actually think most people would think there's more than that. Because I think part of what's happened is the media has made it seem so accessible. And I think people have lost the relevance of what $1 billion is and how hard that is to accomplish. And forget about politically, whether you think there's too much wealth or whatever. That's not the point. The point is we want to inspire people to try and create great value. But I think that's one of the problems is today, it makes it seem like it's easy because we talk about billionaires and all the magazines and all the online stuff.
We have lost objective Charlie.
Throwing grenade! Watch it!
We have an airship en route.
I'm looking right at an enemy soldier. Cover spotted.
Our airship has arrived.
You see him? The shock trooper. That's an enemy shock trooper. Watch it, there's a scout. Spotted a soldier. Vehicle's wonky, can you fix that? You see him? Shock trooper.
We are losing objective Edward.
Enemy shock trooper, stay alert.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Enemy scout, sighted. Enemy horse rider, you see it? Eyes open, shock trooper. Over there's an enemy shock trooper.
We have lost objective Freddy.
Spotted an enemy horse rider. There, sighted an enemy
We have
soldier.
lost objective Charlie. We have taken objective apples. We have taken objective butter. We are losing objective butter.
Ich werf eine Granate auf! Lassen! Ich werf eine Granate!
raus, vor uns zu! Granate ist raus, Köpfe runter! Granate raus! Sanitäter, da! Da drüben ist ein Sanitäter! Granate raus!
Halfway there, the enemy has the upper hand.
Ich schick dir eine Granate!
We have lost objective apples. The enemy controls all objectives. Return to the combat area.
Engage! That's positive! And spare!